Next, we're going to do division with negative numbers, and the rules for division are the same as the rules for multiplication. And the reason why is because division is multiplication by the reciprocal. So when we divide, we simply divide absolute values. If the two numbers have the same sign, the answer is positive, and if the two numbers have different signs, the answer is negative. Problem number 1, we have 8 divided by negative 4. So I'll simply do my division. 8 divided by 4 is 2 when I just divide absolute values. And then I see that the two numbers in my division problem had different signs, so my answer is negative. So the answer is negative 2. Problem number 2, I have negative 48 divided by 16. Again, I just divide absolute values. 16 divides into 48 3 times. And the two numbers have different signs, so the answer is negative. So you can see that if I divide two numbers that have different signs, I simply divide absolute values, and the answer is negative because the original two numbers had different signs. Our next problem, we have two numbers with the same sign. I have negative 39 divided by negative 13. Again, I simply divide 39 by 13 and get 3. The two numbers have the same sign, so the answer is positive. So the answer to that is positive 3. The rules for division are the same as the rules for multiplication. Here's a problem that involves fractions. How about negative 3/4 divided by negative 3/4? Well, this time I'm going to take my negative 3/4 here, and I'm going to change division to multiplication by the reciprocal. That'll be negative 4/3. When I multiply absolute values, so 3 times 4 is 12. In the denominator, 4 times 3 is also 12. The two numbers have the same sign, so the answer is positive, and 12 divided by 12 is 1. So applying our rules for division, we see that negative 3/4 divided by negative 3/4 does in fact come out 1, exactly the way we thought it should. Let's look at a problem that's a little more complicated. Problem 5, I have 15 times negative 5, subtract 25 divided by 2 times negative 10. The fraction bar separates the numerator from the denominator. It's like a grouping symbol. So I'm going to simplify in the numerator first. 15 times negative 5 is going to be negative 75. Then I have my subtraction sign here, 25. In the denominator, 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. In the numerator, I have negative 75, subtract 25, which is negative 75 plus a negative 25, or negative 100, divided by negative 20. Now my last step, I do my division. 100 divided by 20 is 5. The two numbers have the same sign, so the answer is positive. So more complicated expressions like this that involve multiplication, subtraction, and division, I work on the numerator and denominator separately until I get down to the last part right here where I have a single number in both the numerator and denominator. Then I can do my division. Let's try another one of these. Here I have to simplify the numerator first, and I'll do that by working with the exponents. I have negative 4 times 3 squared is 9. Subtract 5 times 2 squared, which is 4. And that's all divided by negative 8 times 7, which is negative 56. Now, 4 times 9 is 36, and I'm multiplying numbers with different signs, so the answer is negative. Subtract, that's that subtraction sign. 5 times 4 is 20. That's all divided by negative 56. Negative 36 plus negative 20 is going to be negative 56 divided by negative 56. And that will come out to be just the number 1. So you see again, I have subtraction right here, negative 36, subtract 20. I think in terms of addition, negative 36 plus negative 20, that gives me negative 56. Then I divide by negative 56, the result is 1. One more problem, I'll work inside the parentheses first. When I do, 2 subtract 9 is the same as 2 plus negative 9. That's right, it's negative 7. Subtract, 5 subtract 7 is 5 plus negative 7, which is minus 2. In the denominator, 10 subtract 15. 10 plus negative 15, which is negative 5. In the numerator, I have negative 7. Subtracting negative 2 is the same as adding positive 2. That's all over negative 5. I continue to simplify in the numerator. Negative 7 plus 2 is negative 5, divided by negative 5, and that comes out to be, again, just the number 1. So there's how we do division with positive and negative numbers. The rules for division are the same as the rules for multiplication as far as what sign the answer has.